Every time someone gets fed up with their bank account being held hostage by a monthly subscription, they start looking for an exit strategy. They want to own their data. They want to stop the bleeding of $10 here and $20 there just to track their own spending. That is exactly when the name Moneydance starts popping up in every forum and comment section. It positions itself as the ultimate escape hatch for people who are tired of the big corporate finance tools. The promise is simple and incredibly alluring. You pay $60 one time and you are done for life. No more renewals. No more price hikes. You own the code on your hard drive. For anyone who values privacy, this sounds like a sanctuary. Your data is encrypted locally. Your passwords do not get passed around to third-party aggregators. It is a direct line between you and your financial institution. But when you actually boot the thing up, the reality hits you in the face. It looks like a digital checkbook from 2 decades ago. The interface is not just retro, it is ancient. It is gray, it is boxy, and it does not care about your feelings. If you're used to the slick, colorful charts of modern apps, this is going to feel like stepping into a cold, dark basement. There is a lot of manual labor involved here too. Categorizing your transactions is not some seamless, invisible process. You have to roll up your sleeves and do the work yourself. It requires a level of dedication that most casual budgeters simply do not have. Then you look at the mobile experience and things get even more complicated. If you are an iPhone user, the app works well enough. But the Android version is a completely different story. It has a reputation for crashing and freezing that would make a tech support agent cry. You cannot ignore a rating that low. It is a warning sign that the mobile experience was an afterthought for one side of the fence. But the biggest surprise is the hidden cost of convenience. That one-time purchase only covers the software itself. If you want the magic of automatic bank syncing, you have to sign up for an extra service that costs about $4 every month. Suddenly, that one-time fee feels a little less like a total escape from subscriptions. You can still do everything manually for free, but that takes time and effort. It is a trade-off that they do not put in the big bold headlines. If you are a privacy nut who stays on a desktop and loves a 90-day refund policy, this might be your new home. If you live on your phone and want everything to be automatic and pretty, you will probably end up frustrated within an hour. It is a powerful tool with a very specific, very stubborn personality. It is not trying to win the beauty contest. It is trying to be a vault for your money data. You have to decide if the trade-off for your privacy is worth the clunky visuals and the manual setup. It is a specialized tool for a specialized user who values their digital freedom more than a flashy button.